User entered your channel.
It is lights out and away we go. And it's going to be wheel to wheel. Oh, it's almost contact.
Pins are going flying and Donna takes the lead. Flat out of these cars is up the inside, goes Joe into the chicane. Is he going to make this one stick?
Everything's lagging so much. That's not the right button to press either. What? That's the right button. Yes! Hello. And welcome to Season 3. Where we are in a lovely Canada. Today it's just going to be me. Sadly it's just me, myself and I. What's happening to the stream? Genuinely, what's happening to the stream? What the f***? What's happening to the stream? Hello? Skipped 25% skipped frames. That doesn't seem fun. Why? Why? No. Don't do this now. You worked fine earlier. Okay, we're gonna try it with the display capture. This works. This will work. Trust me, it will work. Hello? Is it alright? Oh god. Oh god. Right. Let's real quick do that, and then we're going to... Right, maybe that'll work now. Why has it done that? Right. Not in the... Right, don't look at this. Don't look at any of this. Is it still fucking skipping frames? It should not be skipping frames. Is it skipping frames? I have no idea. Someone let me know. Yeah, no, the intro was laggy. I saw that, but it's still like, why the fuck are you doing that? No. I'm so fucking... I'll message Simi. Right, 48%, for fuck's sake. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Why would you do that? What do you mean? Why is it like this? It's fine now. It's completely fine now. It's not skipping frames, but it's the second I open up F123, which is like the problem. Because the problem child is apparently when I have the game open. Yeah, now it starts skipping frames again. Why? I'm gonna go change my game settings real quick. This will work. Just hold on. Video mode. I'm gonna put it in windowed full screen. And then it's gonna be perfect. And then it's gonna work. And it's gonna work beautifully. Alright? Look at this. Oh, yeah. Oh my god, am I a genius? Maybe. I might be a genius. Yeah, wait, no, it's still skipping frames. I love this. Why? It was working fine literally 2 minutes ago. For fuck's sake. Dude, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let me real quick. It's not the bit right now, it's the game. But I will close you. I will close literally everything I don't need because it worked fine. It worked fine 2 minutes ago. It's not buffering now. Is it? It's not. It's absolutely not buffering and everything is okay. So, tell me then, Mr. fucking EA, why when I open F123, it's gonna kill itself. Yes, we are back indeed, for now. For now. Oh, it's gone again. It's gone again! This fucking game, it's somehow killing my PC. How? Oh my god. It's one of the settings. I know it's in one of the settings. It has to be. It actually has to be. Fucking... Again, never been a problem when I've been recording, but of course, I'll just fucking put everything to medium. And, hello? Can you hear me now? We try again. Boom. Are we back? Are we so back? Right, Simmy's a main invite right now. This is not scuffed at all. Shut up. See, this is why you don't miss commentating, Mr. Main commentator Lance Fenton. Because the other people do not have anything figured out. Right. Let's go, I think, maybe, hopefully. No. Oh, no, I guarantee you it's this fucking menu screen. Just go, just ready up immediately. I guarantee you it's the menu screen. It's always doing something weird. Every time the fucking... the menu screen is incredibly weird on this game. For some reason, it just kills everything every time. But, we should be back. I hope... Oh man, ready up lads, ready up. Oh yeah, I need to spectate, whoops. Oh man. Right, then we should be back. Let me know how it is in the chat, because again, this is all on me tonight. There's no one else here, just me, myself, and I, getting you through. Well, it promises to be an exciting race around Canada in the 2023 cars. Boop, boop, boom. Because I got shafted and I have no one to commentate with, so I'm gonna do this alone. And you're also gonna hear me on F124. You're never gonna get rid of my voice today. It's just gonna be me, myself, and I. And also Simmy on F124. But Simmy's kinda like... Simmy's a side deal. Right. Pray that it doesn't explode. Maybe it hasn't exploded. Right. Yeah. Canada, then. We are going to be driving around the Gilles Villeneuve track. I think it's called that anyway. I don't like how much my fucking microphone thing is lagging on my other monitor, but I think the stream is surviving, so I'm not gonna do anything. Get Valkyried is making their debut here in FQ, starting in season 3, race 1, which is, you know, it's definitely a choice. The mic is fine on stream, yeah. But like on my other monitor where I see everything, it's very laggy. Like the actual sound bar is very laggy in itself. So that makes me fear for the stream. But we should be fine. A yawn counter, you will not get one because I will be fired. Oh, it's dropping frames. No, don't do that. Oh, that's scary. Why? Pain. No, it's fine. Okay, cool. I will take you around a lap of Gilles Villeneuve. Yeah, but last time I closed the browser, it killed everything else. I'm gonna try again. Hold on. Don't look at my desktop. It's ugly. I nearly closed my F1. Right. Although, saying that might also close the stream, but no one cares. No, it's the game. It's the fucking game. It's somehow the game. I love this. This is incredible. I turned everything down, man. Full screen window didn't work last time. Just the aspect ratio, see how that works. You know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. We're going to 720p and hoping that that works. Let me just see. Hold on. Opa. Okay. Doesn't seem to be lagging. I just need to change it. Alright. But it works like this for some reason. I know it's in a box, I was going to change that. Just, you know. Yeah, I have. I didn't fucking... This is not scuffed at all. This definitely doesn't make me want to blow my fucking brains out. As we get underway with our first time of 110.8. Fuck's sake! I'm genuinely getting tilted by this now. Sorry for the F-bomb, but, you know. I'm here alone. No one's here to supervise me. Like, for some reason, it just doesn't want to do anything. Now. Oh, it's working now. Oh, it's I'm the smartest man alive. Okay, we're back to qualifying, baby. Oh my god, I'm so smart. Okay, we're back to qualifying then. Sammy's fastest with a 110.2. A good lap from the Frenchman. As we see all day then, heading up to the line next. He goes 5th fastest at 13.9 for him. Spazman invalidated his lap as Joe goes fastest with 110.1. So, everyone who you would expect to be up there, the Muse, the Sammys, the Joes, they're all up there early on. That's exactly what you want to see. Jerome Hudson, another person who was in Division 1 in Season 2. Comes across the line, goes 3rd fastest at 110.5. That's a good lap from Jerome. Everyone will be looking to better their times, obviously, as Rafa going for the Intest Championship. Sadly, not a rule here. That would be quite hard to police. S10 through the final sector then. The final chicane looked quite tidy. Haven't been on board with him for the rest of the lap. I don't quite know what he's going to produce. It's a 112.8, goes 7th fastest. He'll definitely want to be improving on that. Specimen in the Aston Martin then. We'll go on board with him. He has fuel to complete this lap. But is he going to? Yes, he is. Into the final chicane. That looked very tidy indeed. Just get the car straightened out all the way to the line. Full throttle. 111.1 and goes 7th fastest right behind Dablo. In 7th place at the moment. Swampmouth is going to be the next to cross the line. This time in the Red Bull. Alongside Jerome Hudson as his teammate. Swampmouth goes 8th with a 111.9. What I will need to do is I will need to do this quickly. Don't look. There we go. I just need to turn up the game audio because it was quite low before. Now it's alright. I don't know if it's too loud now. You guys let me know. And I will do one of those very like subtle changes again. Like you couldn't see that I changed something there. No way. As the next person to go on a lap is going to be Rabzog in the Alpha Tauri, as we still have the Alpha Tauri on this game. And it hasn't changed yet to RB. We'll be on board with Rab for this lap. As he heads through turn 1, you need to be careful here not to lose the back end. The traction is quite tricky on here, especially on this game. On F124, you might not have as much of a problem with traction as Sammy goes fastest than with a 110.0. So no one still yet to get into the 109s, but everyone being quite close. I do believe the pole time is going to be within the 109s. I said we were gonna follow Rapzog, but we should really be following Joe up the line, who's up 210s, and might just do that. He does go into the 109s with a 109.778, and that is not a bad time at all from Joe, and definitely responding straight away to Sammy, who is now left looking for a bit of an answer to that pace. Jerome Hudson, can he get anywhere near the 109s and get anywhere near the front row? The two up top right now looking very, very good indeed. As Jerome, that looks very nice for a final chicane. 3% barrel left. Will it be enough to end the lap? He does improve to a 110.429. It won't be enough to get him onto the front row, but he is still in P10 as you know, people like Mew will be looking to improve further. But get well carried. A rookie apparently has abandoned that lap time. So Dablo then is 4/10ths down on his personal best. Can he manage to improve on the rest of the lap? No, he can't. 111.3. That is 2/10ths shy of his best in the session. Who's going to be going on the lap next? I think Mew is going to be going on a lap next. And we will follow him along. We'll follow him along this track. You would expect him to be higher up. You would expect him to be challenging Sammy and Joe for those top 2 positions. So this will truly be what a lap around Canada should be like as you head all the way down. It's a flick to the right, flick to the left, and you need to trust the car to just stick right through there as into this slow speed section. Now need to keep the traction under you. Can't let the car slip out as the DRS opens wide. You go down the straight, throttle to the floor, and now it's again flick to the right, flick to the left. A lot of chicanes on this track that you just need to trust the car in. Mew, his second sector time is going to be 4/10ths up. That would put him P3 at the moment, but it's a purple sector 2, so Mew looking to trouble those at the front. I know he has pace. I know he's shown the pace before. He hasn't been able to show it at Canada in FQ before because we haven't raced here in FQ before as Mew into the final chicane. This will be everything to the lap. That looked very nice indeed as he powers down the line. Can he get provisional pole? Yes, he can with a 109.734. That is a great lap from Mew. But again, Joe going on an outlap, he's gonna look to respond immediately. He's not even going to give Mew a chance to enjoy that. And Joe is just gonna go on a lap immediately. And he's gonna be looking to respond as soon as he possibly can. So top 5 at the moment. Mew with a 109.734. Joe with a 109.778. Sammy with a 110.052. Then it's Jerome with a 110.429. And Get Val Carried is in P5 with a 110.886. Those are the people within the 110s for the moment, as Spazzaman has just started his newest lap around the Canadian street circuit. What is his first sector time going to be like? He's down slightly, but Spazzaman obviously can find time. We know him to be fast. He was contending for wins last season in Div 2. And now being thrown in with the big boys of Div 1. And as I say that, he does spin the car. And I might have put a bit of a commentator's curse on him there, but the car just wouldn't stick for him through that high speed chicane. Rafa, a Div 1 driver from last season, on the medium compounded tires, interestingly enough. He might just be doing a banker lap. He doesn't have a time in quite yet. In P14 as it stands. That is a purple middle sector onto the medium tires. I don't actually know how reliable that purple middle sector is. But we will believe it for the moment. Rafa definitely looking to be up there for the fight for the win here today. After this lap we will go on board with Joe. But Rafa through the final sector. Very tight indeed. A little bit wide, a little bit under the grass. You can't really afford that. As he comes to the line now, goes 5th fastest. And now it's Joe. He's already up on his time, and that's all he needs to retain his pole position. But it's Joe. He's gonna look to beat that time by a few tenths of a second if he can. As he comes through sector 2, he's 2.5 tenths up. This could be a great lap from Joe. As he comes now through the final straight, it's all flat out. He's gonna pick up a nice toe from the Alpine there. That would be the Alpine of Sammy. Sammy definitely wouldn't want to give that toe, but he has given it anyway. Into the final corner. Can Joe extract that little bit more time that he needs to go back onto provisional pole position? Yes, he can with a 109.540. And that's what I mean. He doesn't want to let his rivals breathe at all. But what can now the French phenomenon do in the Alpine? The fast French driver, we know he has a lot of pace in Div 1. A race winner here in FQ is a little bit down on the first sector time. Not necessarily known for his qualifying paces, Sammy. He has very good qualifying pace, but his race pace is always a lot better than his qualifying pace. But he'll be looking to still get on the front row as he invalidates in that quick left to right hander, and everyone I'm spectating at the moment keeps making mistakes in this corner. Will Valkyrie change that trend? And yes, he will. He will get through unscathed. He'll be looking to get P5 back from Rafa, as he's 4 tenths up now. So this is a good lap from Valkyrie. Just a little bit wide. No, I should shut up. I should really just shut up. I should not say anything anymore. Oh no. Oh dear. And he has now spun around his Ferrari. He's gonna wait for everyone else to go back past. And yeah, I should probably not speak at all. Note about someone who doesn't play this game anymore. He's definitely had pace over the course in FQ. He was a championship contender back in season 1. And let's see if he can muster up a top 10 lap here in Canada as he comes through the final corner now. Looks very nice indeed. And comes across the line. Now what can Toby manage to pull out? It's a 5th fastest lap at 1:10.592, and that will be his qualifying over. He won't have time to go again. Sammy Joe has been fueled for a few laps, so I'll expect him to go again. Or he can abort this lap and go get some fresh rubber from the pits. Mew, interestingly, retires from the session from P2, so he's satisfied with a 2nd place as it stands. Simi is about 2 tenths up on his time, as we now follow the Brit, my fellow commentator, Firefun24, my friend and my fellow leader of FQ, or owner, or admin, or whatever you want to call him. As he comes now through the final chicane, he'll be looking to get into the top 10 with this lap. He'll need to improve by quite a bit to do that. Doesn't improve on his lap. And that will be quite devastating for Simi. He'll start 12th at the best as we look now at Sammy Joe. As I said, the French phenomenon will be looking now to get that pole position away from Joe, who looks like he's staying in the pit lane. Actually, he is coming out of the pit lane right as I say that, so he will get one more lap in, will Joe, but Sammy will be looking to get everything done before Joe can get another lap in. He wants the pole position, he wants to be out there, he wants to beat the best, he wants to be the best. As he now gets into the chicane where he invalidated before, he's not going to invalidate this time. A little bit more safe there from Sammy. I think he just wants to get a good lap in as we come through. He's 2 tenths up. That might be enough to put him on the front row. Big log up there, going into the hairpin as we now follow the Alpine. Pedal to the metal. We're on board with the Alpine now through the final stretch of this track, the final sector. Can he pull out something to get into the front row or onto provisional pole position even. And no, he invalidates at the very final moment. Oh no, and that is devastating for Sammy. Oh dear, as we now watch Spazzaman from P4. What can he do? He's backed out. Jerome from P5, what can he do? Can he get any higher up the grid than P5? I think he might have a good chance because Sammy hasn't done a lap. Mew has retired from the session. Spazzaman, I think, aborted his lap, and Jerome is 2/10 up. He needs to find a lot more in this final sector. But look at the cars. Look at this tow he's getting from everybody ahead of him. This should be worth maybe half a tenth for Jerome down this straight. As into the final corner might get a little bit dirty as he... Oh no, he invalidates as well. No one's keeping the nose clean right now. We'll go on board with Joe, who's already started his final lap of qualifying. He wants to secure a pole position here. He doesn't just want to have a pole position, he wants to secure it as Valkyrie gets disqualified from the session for going the wrong way. Don't quite know what's happened there. That's going to be poor for him because he's going to start now at the back of the grid. But Joe, what can he do to make a proper statement here in Canada? He's a 10th. He's already invalidated. I completely missed him out validating. Oh my god. Is no one gonna get a lap in? Is that what we're doing? Dablo goes 7th fastest. Toby's... Rafa is still on a lap. Rafa is still on a lap and hasn't invalidated. Down the final straight now comes the Alpha Tower. Remember, this 1:10.8 was done on medium, so there should be a lot more time left on this lap as he comes through the final corner. Doesn't hit the wall of champions. Can't Rafa get onto the front row? No, he improves but stays, and look at those gaps from 6th to 8th. That is what you call a close qualifying. Oh my, oh my. Wow, just wow. Wait, hold on. Yep. So good at video games. Well, that is incredibly close. Joe takes pole position here in Canada. I need battery on my phone to keep watching the chat, but let's take you through the grid. Joe takes pole position here in Canada. It's Mew in 2nd, Sammy in 3rd, the usual suspect. You would maybe you would expect them to be up there. Then it's Spazzaman in P4, Jerome Hudson takes 5th position, Nodabo and Dablo takes 6th and 7th. Rafasi is 8th, Rabzorg puts in a good performance in 9th, Cornish Mantis starts 10th, Simi starts 11th, Swampmouth starts 12th, All Day 13 and S10 starts 14th. Get Valkyrie on his debut does get disqualified, so he will start from the back of the grid. And now, on to the race. We do have good weather. It looks very, very sunny, so should be quite a normal race. Hopefully no one already is up and we don't have to deal with all of that. And hopefully I won't curse any more people, because I swear to God, you could make a compilation at this point of me just cursing everyone on their qualifying laps. I think there was like at least 5 or 6 like moments there where I just... Ooh, that's not ideal, is it, Mr. Toby? I've invited you. If you need another one, let me know, because I can do it. I can do it before the race or during the formation lap. I just yeah, great. Someone read it up early, but I think we are a go. I think that's what's happening. I haven't seen anything in the chat that says a restart, so we will be a go. And that will be penalty points to the person who did ready up early, because that's in the rules now. Because we put it there because everyone keeps readying up early. Yep. Bloody idiots. Anyway, if I had to guess right now, I would say that it will be a tough fight between the top three. Spazzaman will have a hard time getting to the top three, but being with them. But I think he can. I think he'll have to drive very well, but I think the top three will be pulling away. Let me just get up the tires real quick. So Sammy and Spazza are on hards, and Joe and Mew are on soft. So completely differing strategies for the top four. Then it's mediums from Jerome to Rafa. Rabzorg is on softs. Cornish Mantis and Simi are on mediums. Swampmouth on softs all day on mediums. S10 on hards, and Get Valkyried is also on the mediums. Let me just check. That looks like a lot of laps. No, it's the correct amount of laps. That's crazy. And that's someone going around. Did I just completely Rafa spun it, but that is completely fine. So Sammy going long, and hoping that there won't be an early safety car, and Mew and Joe doing the complete opposite of going on to softs early and hoping to pull away from the pack. No question, it'll be a strategic battle. Just invite Toby again, just in case he does possibly need it. Maybe not. Maybe he does. Spazzaman out of his grid box will get disqualified from the session. But it's 25 laps to kick us off in Season 3. As we wait for the lights to come on. They're not... there they are. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out, and it's go, go, go for Joe and Mew on the front row. Joe gets a good start. Mew has to settle for second place as Sammy down the inside on the hard compound tires. Won't make that move. Mew will get up on the inside, but now Jerome, I think he touches Sammy a little bit there. And now he's very unsettled as Spazzaman trying to go for the move. Down the inside, and there's bit of contact as the mine spins around. That's not what you want to see on lap 1. But I think if it is going to happen, it's going to happen on lap 1. Simi making his way past Rabzog as these two are going wheel to wheel. Ooh! That's a shove off from Rabzog if I've ever seen one. Guys, this is not how you race wheel to wheel. And it is a perfect start for Joe, who's now already 7/10 up into the lead. And now Rafa looking for the move on the McLaren of Dablo into the hairpin. Someone's locked up, someone's gone straight on. I can't see quite who that is. I don't think they lost any positions doing that. But what a start. What an electric start. Sammy already a second behind. This is detrimental for his race. He wants to hang on for at least a little bit, for at least DRS on those hard compound tires, but they don't seem to be working on the Alpine. The hards just completely too cold to start off this race. He didn't do a good enough job warming them up on the outlap. John Mew needs to stay within this 1 second of Joe. It's already 7/10 of a second the gap. If it was 2024, the DRS would already be activated, but as it is 2023, you need to wait 2 laps for DRS. So Mew now needs to hold on for 2 laps to get DRS. and the gap's already over a second. Meanwhile, in other places, Simi and his teammate, the Ferrari's bickering a little bit. That looked like a bit of contact maybe between the two, but Simi definitely put off by the early shoving from Rabsog. Spazzaman again down the inside very aggressively, and again, he's the one who's paying for it, and this is a long race. There's no need to go for those kinds of moves this early in the race. But Spazzaman maybe driving with a little bit of head loss already, which is never ideal, as Simi now looking to get the move done on S10 down the back straight. He's deploying his ERS and he's gonna make the move. That is quite an easy pass for P11 in this race, as Spazzaman gets passed all day as well. Gets the Martin back up into P14. Joe leading by 1.2 seconds and 1.8 seconds from Mew to Sammy, and already you can see the soft compound tire helping Joe pull away from everyone else who isn't on the tire. 3.1 seconds already to the nearest car, and Sammy just not making those hards work like he wants them to. They're just not working as well as he would have hoped to. Biggest losers and gainers. Jerome up 1, Swampmouth is up 3. Next to Cornish Mantis, might actually go for a move here. Up 3 into P9 into the points. Rabsog is down 1. Spazzaman had a horrible start down in P14 from P4. And that's a good exit from Swampmouth. He might just go for the move here on Cornish Mantis, the two. The Red Bull and the McLaren. We've seen this before. Just today, as the Red Bull gets past the McLaren, and I think, yes, he is ahead before the braking zone. Just saw it today in Spain, and now seeing it again here in Canada. And DRS activated, obviously now, because we are on lap 4 already. And look at Sammy struggling on those hard compound tires. You can see Jerome wants to make the move, but Sammy just a little bit too quick at the moment to make that move, but slow enough so Jerome can stick with him, as Dablo and Toby have a little bit of squabble. Toby does not have the RS now, which is I think crucial, because I think Rafa might look for a move. No, he backs out of it. He thinks better of it. That might be the smartest move of all today, as Jerome still looking for the move on Sammy, who's still struggling on those hard tires. Another lock up there from Sammy on those hards, and they definitely aren't working for him, as Rafa makes the move into the chicane, or into the hairpin. Sorry, that's not what I was expecting. Where I was expecting the move to be made. But now Jerome, surely he's close enough. He sticks behind the Alpine for now and chooses to make it on the main straight. There's Williams round the hairpin. That's all day, but he seemed to get back going again. And here comes Jerome Hudson down the inside. America versus France. A French person versus an American person. Red Bull versus Alpine. And it's Sammy who just about sticks in front. But surely this is hurting both of their races now. And as Rafa has gotten through and Jerome picks up a 3-second time penalty, this is not what you want to see this early on in the race. As does Toby, and I think also Simi does have a 3-second time penalty already in this race. So it's going to be very, very interesting who wins even with these penalties. Jerome Hudson not gonna make the move there. He knows he needs to wait until the main straight, not to give the Alpine behind any DRS at all. That gap at the front is staying up at that 1.2 seconds. Mew just not getting enough pace to get there and to get within the DRS. It's Jerome now. He has the DRS once again. The Red Bull powering down the straight. He could go to the move, but I think he's gonna wait until the main straight. He's going to lift off and now hope for a good launch on the main straight. It's not that great. He doesn't get a great exit onto the main straight, but he might still have enough speed to go for it. Not quite on this occasion. Sammy does stay in front, and those hards are still struggling. And hi, Stevie. Swampmouth still chasing Cornish Mantis very, very closely indeed, as Rabsog becomes the first person to pit from those soft tires onto mediums and changing his front wing in the process. Front wing took a couple hits, I would assume, at some point in this race. Rafa, no to vote. This battle's still going on. down in P6 and P7. But right now all the focus is on this battle. The Alpine of Sammy Joe keeping behind the Red Bull of Jerome Hudson, and now we've entered the phase where the hards and the mediums are the better racing tire than the softs, because look at Sammy, he's within DRS now of Mew. Has he got DRS? Not yet, but he will get DRS on the main straight if he deploys his battery, which he's not doing. He won't get it now, but he will get it next lap, because now the softs are starting to lose their advantage, and that is going to be extremely crucial for these two. But they're still gonna go for they're still gonna fight each other. Jerome around the outside this time doesn't quite make it stick. Sammy elbows out, pushes him a little bit wide there, and nothing doing there as S10 picks up another time penalty. There's so many time penalties flying around right now. Toby, you can see he's not confident. You can see the way he's having to tiptoe that car around. It's not the same as it is in F1 24. The handling model is very, very different. As Sammy Joe now looking to get past Mew on those softs, because Mew and Joe now have to start thinking about boxing. They are being caught by the hard and the medium runners, and that's not ideal, especially for Mew, because he's going to be a sitting duck down the straight. He's not going to have any ERS left. And the Alpine of Sammy, we know he goes for these moves, and he will pull onto the inside on those hard compound tires. Oh, pulls in front right on the braking zone, and Sammy does make the move stick. And now it's Jerome's turn to maybe have a go at Mew, but Joe still leads, and now it's the question of whether Sammy can start catching up to Joe, because if he can, these soft compound runners have lost all of their advantage. Dablo in P5 at the moment, holding it strong, but needs to start catching up to this train ahead of him, because he also needs DRS to protect him from Toby and to protect him from Rafa, who are still battling behind. And Mew, look at him! He's struggling so hard on those softs. So much understeer on those softs, there's no grip at all for Mew, and he's gonna be struggling. He's not gonna have DRS down this back straight, and that will be a free pass for the Red Bull of Jerome Hudson. Look at Sammy! Sammy's within DRS now. Sammy's not gonna get DRS quite yet down this back straight. I don't think he was close enough on the detection point, but crucially he is within a second of our race leader Joe. Joe has a lot more ERS left to play with, as I think Jerome might just pick off Mew as well. The Williams very, very vulnerable now to attacks from everyone. The softs just completely falling off, and we're left with nothing almost. Joe did deploy. No, he didn't. Joe is just quick and straight. Okay. But Sammy now looking to get back within that second of Joe to get DRS and to possibly get the race lead. It's absolutely turned on its head now. The soft runners are going to be struggling from here on out until they decide to pull the trigger and go into the pit lane, whether it's going to be Mew first or whether it's going to be Joe first. You would guess it's going to be Mew, because look at how much he's struggling on those softs. The tire wear seems incredible on that Williams, as Rafa now gets past Dablo, but more importantly, up ahead Joe has a 3-second time penalty. The race leader now has a 3-second time penalty, meaning Sammy is the effective leader of this Grand Prix, and he might be the straight up leader of this Grand Prix in a few corners, as he now does get DRS down the back straight. But Joe seemingly having good straight line speed as he just dives into the pit lane, and Sammy will lead the Grand Prix. Mew will go on for another lap. I think he smells that maybe he could get Jerome here, but Joe coming into the pit lane under the medium compound. It's a front wing change for Joe. So he must have had a collision with a wall somewhere, because Joe is changing his front wing, and that's going to take a lot of time. So he's going to come out in P10 in a nice bit of clean air if he comes out in front of Simi, which I think he will. But he's going to come out in a nice bit of clean air, but he will now have to put this absolute foot to the floor to pay off that front wing change. And this now effectively all plays into Sammy's hands perfectly. He's on the hard, he doesn't need to pit. And he doesn't have any penalties at all. And Mew now struggling 1.2 seconds behind Jerome. But no penalties for Mew either, so if he does go into the pits at the end of this lap, he might come out ahead of Joe. Because Joe had that front wing change. He does have clean air right now, and he's... I would bet he is going very, very quickly indeed. It's gonna be Joe. But Mew into the pit lane now. The Williams slowing down right at the right moment, and we will see what kind of tires are gonna go on to this Williams cars. Dablo and Notabo now side by side, and Dablo gets back up ahead of the Sauber, and Mew onto the medium tires as we predicted. But where does he come out in relation to Joe? And that is the power of the undercut here around Canada. Even if Joe changes wing, he's still gonna be out in front, and Mew does have cold tires, so won't be expecting him to battle that much for that position, as Dablo still chasing Rafa and Notabo still chasing Dablo here. So that's a big collision somewhere. I've seen a lot of debris just fly off of a car, right? Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Oh, I think I saw something. There were yellow flags as well, so I don't know what's happened there. But Dablo now on the medium compound tires, as Joe gets past Swampmouth into the hairpin. He's now hitting his first bit of actual traffic, as these three guys just keep on keeping on with their train. Mew now needs to get past Swampmouth as soon as he possibly can, and that will do him nicely. Swampmouth into the pit lane. And Joe will be ahead, 1:11.7 as the fastest lap of the race so far. He will be ahead, but remember, with that 3-second time penalty, Joe will be, at this moment in time, is not the effective race leader. And but he does have clean air now, a lot of clean air, and next up is Notabo, and he's still pumping in those purple sectors, as is the McLaren and AlphaTauri side by side now. Dablo and Rafa, as Dablo pulls off a nice move, and now Rafa maybe going back at him here into the hairpin, might go for the dive down the inside. He's gonna go for it, and he's gonna make the move, but Dablo with the old switcheroo tries to get him back, can't quite do that, and I think Rafa has DRS here as well. Yes, he does, which might leave Dablo vulnerable to Notabo. There's yellow flags. I think that's all they... Is he in the wall? Or no, he's just spun around. He's gonna get back going again nicely. Man, my throat is hurting. I need to get some water after this. Dablo going a little bit wide, a little bit deep into turn 1. As Cornish getting past Simi, who I don't think has pitted yet in this race. Dablo now in P4 as S10 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It's not what you want to see at all, and again, this battle between Rafa Notabo and Dablo has been going on all race long, and you just wonder who's gonna come out on top, and they will need to think about pitting soon enough. If they do want to go into the hards, if they want to go into the softs, they need to do a few more laps. But now Dablo, I think he's got a good run out of the final corner, or final hairpin here. And he's gonna take all of the slipstream, all of the DRS, and Dablo now going for the move on the AlphaTauri down the inside. If the camera could move, and Dablo stays behind for now. And Joe is catching up to this pack very, very fast. But he is going to get held up by them, because I don't think they're going to go into the pits just yet. As Dablo and Rafa going side by side into turn 1. This is brilliant racing from the two. Oh, a bit of a touch, and Toby, what a move! Through goes Notabo, as the two people ahead of him squabble. And Toby gets through absolutely wonderfully there. That was one of the best moves I've ever seen in an F1 League race. And all of this is allowing Joe to catch up to this pack, but now he's gonna get held up. And now it's a real question of how quickly is Joe gonna be able to dispatch of these three guys, because they are all battling as well. Yeah, like, you are not going to get past them easily, I say that, and he's already past one. Into the hairpin now, and he's already passed one of them. Will he get two on this back straight? I think he wants to get both of them. He's deploying his ERS as we go down the back straight, and it's gonna be Joe with a double overtake on the back straight as Dablo uses him as DRS to go bump, or sorry, as Slipstream to go then into the pit lane immediately, as Jerome also comes in the pits to change the soft compound tires, but that is expertly done from Joe, as he now just completely dispatched of any possible impediment there might have been. And Dablo and Rafa still staying within a second of each other, as this might be interesting. They might come out right next to Cornish Mantis. They come out a little bit ahead, but Mantis will have the warmer tires for a little bit. But that will mean for the rest of the race, Sammy still leads by about 9.9 seconds now. So if he does want to go on to... That's a Ferrari in the wall, that's a DNF, and that's a safety car! And that is perfect for Sammy Joe, as I was just about to say. That changes the race completely. Sammy Joe now on those hard tires, he will be loving life, as he can just peel into the pit lane, put on a new set of softs, and be leading this race. Sammy's got a drive-through. Sammy's got a drive-through on the safety car. That's... I don't know what to say. I'm genuinely baffled. And Jerome Hudson might lead this race. He's gonna be in P2, but Sammy Joe now has a drive-through penalty. And Jerome Hudson is in P2, and I think those tires are quite new. Yes, they are. Jerome Hudson with new tires is in P2. So he might be able to get a surprise here today, but Sammy Joe with a drive-through, and you cannot serve a drive-throughs under yellow flags. You are correct, Harrison. So he will have to wait until the safety car is over, but that is a race ender for Sammy Joe. Going into the pit lane, maybe a little bit too eager to get those soft tires on, or maybe he was hit with the Canada glitch, we don't know. But that is absolutely devastating. But now it's anyone's game now, and Mew is in the best position right now. He does not have a single penalty. Not a single penalty in P4. It's perfect for Mew right now. But Joe will be up there, and Joe will be looking to get past Jerome as soon as he can. But Sammy's gonna be holding everyone up on the restart. Yeah, I just don't know what to say really. Wow, I'll go get some water real quick. I'll be back in like a minute. I've returned. Nothing game changing has happened in this time, I'm admitting. Yeah, no, I don't think Sammy is going to be happy with himself now after the penalty like that. But that is absolutely devastating. And as we get closer and closer to a restart, I didn't actually. It is going to be in this lap, so we will have. We will have 8 more laps of racing, and everyone is going to be on the soft tires. It's going to be a sprint to the end. Sammy's going to lead us off, but he is not going to be leading for long, and it's going to hurt the Alpine driver for sure, but he will bounce back. He is a very strong driver, and I do believe he will bounce back from all of this. Sammy has gone now. Foot to the floor. Go, go, go. As we head back into the race. And now Notabo defending from Mew. Anyone making moves on lap 1? Doesn't look like it. Sammy got away quite well, as did Jerome. So Sammy and Jerome now right next to each other as Mew. I think he's been led past by Toby there. I think it's been a little bit of a team game. Well, not a team game, so they have let Mew pass there. I think that was a coordinated effort from the two of them, as Joe now needs to get past Jerome Hudson to win this race, and also needs to build up a 3-second gap to Mew to win this race. And it's gonna be extremely interesting to see how this all pans out, as Sammy will have to serve his drive through, otherwise he's going to get disqualified soon enough. As Rafa making a move on Swamp Mouth there in the background. This is very much more interesting. It's Mercedes versus Red Bull down the back straight into the final chicane. Oh, Joe does get back up ahead of Jerome Hudson, but now Jerome, he's going to be fighting this one back all the way into turn 1. It's going to be Mercedes, Red Bull, Mercedes into turn 1. Oh, it's a bit tight there. Maybe a bit of contact, but Jerome's back down Joe's inside. This is incredible racing right now. And Joe does keep the position, but what racing by these two. Wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. That was incredible racing by the two people in the lead right now. Dablo getting past Toby for P5 in this race, and Mew. Remember, Mew is the provisional leader of this Grand Prix at this very moment. He might have a chance to win this Grand Prix. Cornish Mantis picks up 3-second time penalty. How much penalties do people have? It's a drive through for Sammy, 3 seconds show as for Jerome, Dablo, Nodabo also on those 3-second penalties. Rafa is in P8 without a penalty, so that might be detrimental to his race as well. Sammy will need to serve his drive through, or he will just be straight up disqualified, which is not what we want. And wasn't disqualified yet, okay, but will be on the next lap, so I would maybe serve that if I was you. And 6 laps to go then in this Grand Prix, and I have no idea who's in it for the win right now. And Jerome dropping a little bit back from Joe, as Joe's pace is just looking unstoppable. But can he pull 3 seconds? That, I think, is the most important question on everyone's mind right now. And can he get past Sammy? Sammy is still here. He's not. He has to serve a drive-through. That's a yellow flag in sector 2. That's Spazman. I think he's round, and it's a virtual safety car. As Spazman is round, but a virtual safety car now neutralizes the field, and now gives everyone time to think of their actions. But I think it might be ending, but Sammy needs to serve his drive-through. You are right, Stevie. We are back green. Sammy has served his drive-through. No one's gotten a drive-through from the VSC. That's what we want to see. But now Jerome Hudson, look at him. He's got the run on Joe. Is he going to go down the inside? Is he? down the inside into turn 1. It's a bit of contact and Jerome almost spins out. It's the contact between Mercedes and Red Bull. And that's not anything new. We've seen that before. But Spazzaman now out of the session in the pit lane. And Jerome looking like a genuine contender to win this race. Dablo's out. Dablo's out, and it's another safety car. It's a full safety car. Dablo's out in the middle of the track, and that's another full safety car. Oh my. What? That brings Sammy right back into it. That brings everyone right back into it, and Mew, still no penalties, is still in P3. Everyone's now back into this, and we are going to have 2 laps of racing action as we go green. 2 or 3 laps of racing action. Do you box? Do you not box? Do you box? Do you stay out? That's the question now, I think, on everyone's minds, and I think Joe will be influencing a lot of that. Doesn't box. No one's coming in for fresh rubber, even though it might help them all later on in the race. But Sammy Jote, I'll tell you what, from P10, Sammy Jote 2 racing laps, I think he can pull off something miraculous here. Do not count out Sammy Jote from anything yet. Joe leading the Grand Prix. Jerome Hudson in P2 looking good on pace. He's been challenging Joe all throughout the stint. Mew in P3, no penalties. Hasn't maybe shown the strongest of pace today, but doesn't have any penalties. So he just needs to stay within 3 seconds. Notable in P4s has a penalty, but could still have a good chance of winning the race. Rafa, no penalties as well. So Rafa might have a good chance to get onto the podium or even win this race. And right now I'm gonna check. How many warnings is every one of these guys on? Mew, 1 warning at least. It's all day. How many warnings has all day got? Alright, Mew is on 1 warning. 1 warning. So, he's gonna be fine to push a little bit. But we've seen him being unlucky before. So you'll never know. We will never know, and we will get 2 laps of racing action. It's lap 23 out of 25 now, and it will be lap 24 out of 25 as we go racing, and that is 2 laps of racing, no DRS at all for the remainder of this Grand Prix. And that, oh, that's a collision in the back of Cornish Mantis. It has hit Sammy. I don't know if anyone saw that, but Cornish has lost a bit of front wing there. Never what you want to see under a safety car, but he is in a P11, so might not be unsalvageable. Simi in P8, S10 in P9, even though he said he was struggling for pace. Swampmouth P6, Rab P7. This race could be decided by anything. It's a late race safety car with a Mercedes in first and a Red Bull in second. I could make so many jokes right now, but out of respect for everyone's mental health, I won't. As we safety car is in this lap, we are going to go racing on lap 24. Just Mew just needs to bring it home. Just no damage and bring it home, and that's all there is to it today. And Joe knows he has to pull out 3 seconds in 2 laps, and against anyone that's a hard task, but especially against Mew, who can smell his first FQ victory. Jerome, who is very hungry for also his first FQ victory. And Joe looking to keep the crown. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone very, very, very early. And now it's all about who can keep up with him. Joe, 1.3 seconds already up the road, and 1.4 from Mew. And this is the gap we'll be looking at. Jerome in P2 at the moment. Is anyone else going for any moves around the track? No, I don't think so. This is going to be the most important gap we've ever looked at in our lives. Rabsog up into P6, and there's a Red Bull round. And that's a swamp. That's one mouth into the wall. There's not going to be any more safety cars. There's not going to be anything else. The gap 1.8 seconds and growing. Gap 1.9 seconds. This could very well still be a Joe victory. He needs to push like hell. Mew needs to keep that gap under 3 seconds. But Jerome already a second behind. Joe is pushing that car like he's never done before. 1.7, 1.8. Mew needs to make this move. He needs to make this move on Jerome as Sammy making his way back up the field. But Mew, he needs to make this move because Jerome is not quick enough right now. Jerome won't have the pace. He will drop under that 3 seconds. That's a little bit slow, going very, very safe through there as Know the Boat. And Rafa going side by side now. One of them doesn't have penalties. Gap 1.8, 1.9. 2 seconds now the gap. This could be a win for Joe still as Sammy making his way up. Now into P7. 2.1. 2.2. 2.3. 2.3 seconds between Joe and Mew. And Joe might just go and steal it all away. In 2 laps to pull 3 seconds is unheard of. But he is doing it at the very moment. 2.4, 2.5, 2.6, and it's looking like it's gonna happen. 2.7. This is gonna go down to the absolute wire. As Joe needs to push. Mew needs to get this overtake done on Jerome. He's gonna gain. He's gonna gain. It's 2.7, 2.6. 2.6 the last time we saw the delta. Joe needs to get it done. 2.5. And I think Mew's done it. I think Mew's done enough. It's not going to be 3 seconds. And it's going to be Joe who crosses the line first. But Mew, who's going to win his first FQ race ever in the season opener in Season 3. He's going to lead the championship. As S10 hits the wall of champions on the last lap. That's devastating. On the final lap, S10 into the wall of champions. Cornish Mantis is going to pick up the final point without a front wing. But Mew takes his first ever victory in FQ by 0.365 of a second. Wow. Wow, oh wow, oh wow, was that a race and a half. Oh my god. Okay. Right. Let's run you through. Mew takes the victory here in Vancouver before any stewarding decisions take place. Joe in P2, Rafa completes the podium in P3, Jerome Hudson in P4, Sammy Jode in P5 for Alpine. Toby stays in P6, Star in P6 stays in P6, Simi in P7, Rabsog P8, All Day P9. Cornish Mantis picks up the last point in the McLaren. Swamp Mount 11th, S10 12th, Dablo, Spazzaman and Getval carried all DNF from this Grand Prix. Well, that is indeed an interesting race, and we will soon enough get you the Polish national anthem as soon as I can find it. Div 1. Right, we will now hear the Polish national anthem for our winner, Mew. Or we would if I would have the right output ready. There we go. Okay, we will now hear from Mew from the national anthem of Poland. Right, that is the national anthem for Poland. I will just be sorting out the podium interviews as we speak. I have to kind of... Righto. So, I need to move down. Is everyone in there? None of me is in there. I'm very annoyed. Anyway, guess we'll start with him. I'll move down. Actually, Rafa has just joined us to speak. So,
Disconnector entered your channel.
Yeah, thanks.
hello. I will start with Rafa.
Okay.
P3 today. I was looking at your battle with Toby and was it Dablo for most of the race?
Mm-hmm.
You guys were in each other's DRS for the whole time. Can you just speak me through like what went through your head during those times when you were just constantly battling out there on track today?
Well, it was a fun and clean battle with Norderbrot and Dablo, and nothing. I just was thinking about how I can overtake them because we were at the same pace, the three of us. So it's difficult when you have same people like you with your same pace because you overtake them, they overtake you, and it's funny, it's fun and all, but you're losing time. So I was thinking what I can do to gain time here. So at what moment I thought about making an undercut. I did it. I pitted with, I think it was Dablo at the same time, and then the safety car came out, and I kind of got not angry but frustrated because it ruined my strategy. But nothing. It just worked out perfectly at the end. I saw that there was a gap of like 15 seconds with the car behind me after the safety car pit stop, so I pitted again. And I think it was worth the risk this time. So I had a better tire at the end of the race, which helped me a lot to secure this P3, which I'm very happy. But like I said, it was a clean and fun battle with those two. So I'm really happy for me and for them because they had also a big result. Same for Dablo, who crashed in the first chicane and also almost took me out, and because I had to avoid him. But I know that they're quick, so we can have fun battles in the next races, for sure.
Yeah, congratulations on a P3? P3, yes.
Yeah,
P3 today.
First time.
Well done on keeping it clean, not getting any penalties. And yeah, getting on the podium for the first time. There's a lot of firsts today here in FQ, and it's a great way to start season 3. Congratulations! Thank you very much for joining me here on the interviews.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to you and all the admins of the league. It's amazing to race here. I hope you can understand me well.
Yeah, I can understand you fine.
But nothing. So cheers to you guys, and also I want to send a big hug to my girlfriend who supports me in the league races. So I love you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then, finally, what will Kimi Räikkönen say?
Thank you, fucking finally.
Indeed,
I was
indeed,
waiting
indeed.
to say that.
I know you were. Mew, finally a race winner here in FQ, and it came ironically at the track you probably hate the most.
Yeah, and on the track that I was the closest to a win. I
Yeah.
will never forget those 2 milliseconds.
But talk me through a little bit, because it wasn't. It was quite close today. Also, it It wasn't quite 2 milliseconds, but I'll tell you, having to commentate this
3/10.
race on my own, those few last laps were quite hectic. Just run me through what was going through your head. You saw the gap to Joe at all times.
I guess I should start with the beginning. So
Yeah.
I went softs because I had 2 sets saved, and I really expected an early safety car. But when it didn't come, and on this track I really struggle with the rear, so when I saw Joe undercutting, I just thought I'm gonna do the same thing, even though I wanted to extend a little. And when I came out, I was surprised to see him right next to me, and with a 3-second penalty.
User entered your channel.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate event with the safety car came out, which I thought was a bit unlucky, but I wasn't too worried about it. I just pit, and I had a fresh set of softs to the end, and I saw basically everyone in front of me had penalties, so it wasn't
Yes.
like
Everyone actually, not basically.
my goal wasn't really to overtake, just to keep with the pack, and then I knew I'd finish high. But when Sami pit, I think he had a bug that
He had
that
drive
gave him
through.
yeah, that's unfortunate. When I well, let me get to the last few laps. So until that moment, I was only on 1 warning, and on the first lap of the restart, I got another one. So I was kind of shitting my pants throughout all of it. And what I wanted was to basically keep with Joe, and I was praying and hoping that Jerome would be fast enough to keep up with him. And when I saw that he's flashing at the last lap, I just knew that I'm gonna wait for the final straight, save my ERS, and then just hope for the best, basically. I knew from the first stint that I had a straight line advantage, so that's what I hoped for. And I think it worked pretty nicely. You also know a certain other Paul that won in Canada, so
Yeah.
that's kind of silly.
That is kind of funny. So can we expect that you will break your wrists sometime soon? And go down
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
go
path of-
rallying tomorrow, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, just to say goodbye to my hand.
Yeah. Very many congratulations on your win and drive of the day. Because I'm
Oh,
the
really?
only one here, I have dictatorial permissions, so I give it to you.
I guess I'm Mr. Driver of the Day now.
Yep. But yeah, thank you for joining me here, and we have
Yeah,
one
thanks.
more person to interview, and that is P2 man, Mr. Joe.
Hello.
So at the first pit stops, what shocked me a little bit was that you changed your front wing. Can you was there damage?
It was cooked. I cooked it on like lap 2 or 3.
Wow.
And it was yellow on the right bit.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
was, like,
so that's why I
pretty
was
small.
catching up.
Yeah, I had wing damage for like the entire first stint. It was
Oh my
horrible.
god.
So I was just going for a massive undercut to try and kind of salvage what was left. It also resulted in my penalty. I had like criminal understeer. So I just went straight through both of the high-speed chicanes on the first lap with wing damage. I was like, wow, I have no idea how to drive this. So I just got 2 warnings and then later got my third, which was stupid and, I mean, put a nail in the coffin for me. So I went for an undercut. The mediums last quite a while here. And I was driving decently. I managed to pull a nice 3-second gap to Mew, and that was increasing. And undercut Sammy quite significantly. And I would have had probably 10 seconds to him after he came out.
Yes, it was about 9 seconds the gap when the safety car came out between the two of you.
Yeah. So after his pit, it'd have been 10, 12 seconds behind me. So unfortunate safety car. I think that kind of ruined my race. I think I had probably the best race pace potentially.
Yes, I would be inclined to agree. Although I'll have to give a little shout out here in the middle of your interview. Jerome actually had very good pace on those softs at near the end and was actually challenging you quite a lot.
Yeah, the first safety car restart, he was quite good. He fell off after the second one, but the first safety car, he was quite quick.
He
yeah,
was
the
on slightly
safety car.
older softs as well, so.
Yeah, I had 2 new sets saved, so that was quite helpful. After my disaster class in quali, it didn't matter, I guess.
You pulled by 4 tenths. What do you mean? But
yeah, but I went 2 tenths faster on used, but I invalidated ever so slightly. So
yeah, no, it was anyone I please watch the stream back. Anyone I spectated during quali just either spun it, hit our wall, or invalidated it immediately.
Were you watching me?
It was incredibly funny.
Don't spectate me next time.
I was
Don't
spectating you
ever
when you
look at
were
me.
on used actually, and when you
Okay.
invalidated. But it was incredibly close, and I must say I was incredibly like you nearly pulled all the 3 seconds, and I was very, very impressed.
I was sent it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was stuck at the back of Jerome because I couldn't get past basically anywhere.
Yeah, they were like 2 qualifying laps back to back.
You almost got it though. One more
Yeah.
lap and you probably had it.
I was 1 warning away. I used a tactical warning in sector 1 to like really cut that first chicane.
Yeah,
It wasn't enough.
I used a tactical warning as well, but by accident.
It wasn't enough, sadly, though. But yeah, I mean,
Right.
he was very consistent, very rapid, so deserved the win.
He did indeed. Thank you for killing my throat.
Oh, you're right.
Sorry.
I had to do this alone, and you guys provided a banger race, so I had to talk the whole way through. But thank
At
you.
least it was enjoyable.
I mean, we can do it another time if you want.
Yeah, let's play it back.
Like we can repeat the same race.
I hope you do.
Except this time Joe probably wins.
I hope you do for the sake of the league. But thank
I'm
you
not here
for
next week.
participating, and thank you for starting off season 3 on a high on F1 23. And yeah,
Thank you for
that's
existing.
probably all from me today.
At least
Actually,
I'll lead
it's
the
not all
championship
from
for
me.
1 race.
It's not all from me, because I'll be back in about half an hour to stream the other
I'll
race.
I'll be watching.
So-
You better get a podium.
No, I'm gonna
I'll
be.
be cheering you
I'm
on.
gonna be commentating, mate. I can't get a
Oh
podium.
really?
Yeah,
I thought you
Lance
were
isn't
racing.
here.
Sorry.
I was until like today.
Yeah,
But-
that's unfortunate.
It is.
He'll bounce back next race.
Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in half an hour. If you only watch the 23 division, I'll see you next week. And I don't have an ending soon screen.
Just clap or something.
No. I don't have an ending soon screen, so this is gonna be the ending soon screen.
Play
And,
elevator music. That always works.
Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Yeah, bye.